bully your sister. Sorry, that happened as we went live. I can hear Peas terrorizing Billy in the other room.
Unsurprising.
Which is fantastic. It's typical. It's not surprising. I thought I had like 2 more seconds to be like, stop it. Be nice to her.
Cease and desist.
I did not. It's my life. It's fine. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this live where Heather's gonna just be mad at me. Just like I texted her and I was like, do you want to join me and be mad at me the whole time?
I have low expectations.
The voice of reason. I will tell you, I was telling Heather before this, I went through and I deleted duplicates of anything I'd already read or was like on a different TBR, because I do have multiple TBRs on Goodreads. This is just my want to read shelf, which is probably the messiest, because like anything else on a TBR is like something I actually own generally, versus like it's like my Kindle list that I don't update.
Yeah, sure.
Audio TBR, you know, those things. I hate that Barnes is doing this, and Amazon is being weird about what's linked. 1 second. Okay. She's like, what? I'm being yelled at. I love that you're doing chores. This is productive. Again, what is more me than me coming on the live and immediately yelling at the pets who was running laps? As you can see, corner. This is just so her. She's not a monster. Sometimes she's a monster. 8 pounds of terror. Hello.
She's high maintenance for a cat.
She can be. She's the cat that wants to hang. That's the thing. Like overall, like she wants to be near you usually. And then when she wants to play, she wants to play. When she does not want to play, she does not want to play. Hello. So yeah, we are at 1,425 books. So I've already reduced that TBR number, Heather. I already reduced it for you. We're going to pop the page up. I'm going to zoom in. Let's see if I can remember how to do this on my new keyboard. Is that big enough for everyone?
It's big enough for me, but I'm on a computer, so.
I know, I am too, but that's why I'm like, we'll see. Cause yeah, I would like to get this under 1,000 at some point.
Today?
Hopefully.
What do you even mean at some point?
This is why Heather's here, to guilt me and to make this happen.
And you're so welcome. I feel like we've been talking about doing this for literally years.
We have.
And it wasn't even scheduled.
You cannot be mad at me.
Today, or like, do you want to?
You cannot be mad at me because, one, many of our friends don't even update their currently reading and just have piles of books on it. I am diligent. I update my currently reading. I shelve my books onto trope shelves usually. If I don't do it immediately, I go back in like every couple weeks and like add the trope shelves to them. So like, I'm pretty good about it. I am not good about maintaining the TBR.
It is due for a clean out.
Yeah, it is. Again, I'm not good at maintaining the TBR. That is not my strong suit. I also don't, I just don't pay attention to it, to be honest with you. I don't feel like this is where I go to pick up books. So I think it would be nice to curate it down and pick up books.
Right. This isn't, I don't even really pay attention / use this means you should be getting rid of more. It doesn't mean that
I should always be adding to it. What do you mean? So we're gonna see a big mix of books in my reading journey, I feel like, in this also, because already we have 2 sci-fi books, and I don't know the last time I read a sci-fi book.
Well, I'm in my sci-fi era right now, so
I'm supposed to be come March with you in a sci-fi era.
Yeah, so, but that's 1 book. That's 1 book on your TBR. By the way, speaking of, do you do like the whole series is on your TBR, or do you do?
I don't know. I think I usually just do 1, but past me could have done multiples.
Right.
So that's what we're not sure of.
Okay, well, I feel like would actually be super duper helpful is if you did set some guidelines, like one per series or one per author or what have you of the one?
Okay. I think it's one per series for sure. That's our default. It's going to be one per series. So whatever book on that series I'm in sits on my TBR. Unless I'm like throwing the new release on my radar list, which I like to go check for like when stuff. Okay, but should we sort by author or should we sort by oldest is the question. That is true. Well, I don't know what past me did.
Guys, before we even went live, she confessed. Go ahead and confess. Tell them how long. This isn't when it was published. This is how long this book has been on her TBR. Go ahead.
2014. This one right here. You can see it right here. I have the date loud and proud. I'm
just kill me now.
Heather is mortified and I am not ashamed.
And you already said you're not deleting it. So what good is going by oldest? I ask you.
Okay, well, you know what? Teague just convinced me. I'll just take it off. Here we go.
Amen.
There you go. Now we're down to 2015.
Okay, which is also a sci-fi that you're not going to read. And if you do end up getting into sci-fi, do you know how easy it will be?
Well, and here's the caveat. 2014, 2015 did read sci-fi. I was reading The Expanse. I was reading those books. So some of these are books that have just like hung on from like that time period. Because I thought maybe I wanted to read them.
Fine.
Yeah.
But there's no reason to keep it now. Like and plus that's already been on my radar and I didn't put on my TBR. But I'm saying as someone who has dipped their toe in sci-fi, I already saw that again. So like if you do
okay. Those two are gone.
You'll see
We're already into romance. I do have other shelves that are like, let me scroll over so you guys can see. Maybe I'm gonna hide your comments so people can see it. But yeah, you can see I have like sorted shelves for things I own and like move.
But do you ever clean those out after your unhauls?
Yes. Good. Yeah. For the most part.
Yeah.
And or like if I just like see a book on there, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna actually like gonna read that. I would say the Kindle shelf is probably the least tidy of them all, but like also that one I had dreams of maintaining it, and that's not where I maintain my Kindle library. If that makes sense. So I probably should just delete the shelf at some point. But it reminds me when I see it that if someone reading it, that I own it if I want to read it. Heather, books from the 2000s.
I'm trying to get into this live to respond, but it's time for an unhaul. Here's another thumbs up for you. It might be time, or hear me out. We could do like try a chapter or something. Just
true.
Just pick your poison.
Listen, I know this. And I just unhauled a ton of books from my bookshelves like earlier this year, right? In January. So like I'm making progress on like clearing things.
You are.
And like
and
read
you
what you own
this
stuff.
live today after
Exactly. After saying I don't have a video. You want to do this? And you were like, yeah. So do we want to sort by author?
Yeah.
Or do we want to sort by year?
Well, do whatever you want, but I think sorting by author might help.
It'll streamline the one of my people books from 2010. I also had books that old on Goodreads before my last clean out. So there's that. Okay, author. All right, we'll do author. Here we go. So this I do want to read. That's easy. That was literally added in 2024. It's the last book in the series. Am I going to read a middle grade witch book?
No.
I mean, it looks cute, but that's fair. Joe Abercrombie, because I do want to try him, because a lot of people like his books. I'm curious.
When you decide that you want to read Joe Abercrombie, do you need your Goodreads TBR to tell you that he exists?
Probably not. We'll take him off.
See what I'm saying?
Where Sleeping Girls Lie. Yes, I'm keeping that because I do want to read it. And I will forget it exists because it's a YA thriller. And that is not my best, like, remember a thing exists.
Right. And that's the type of thing that's perfect for a readathon when it's like, this fits.
That'll probably be in my Black-O-Ween TBR this year.
There you go.
We have While Justice Sleeps by Stacey Abrams. Yes. I don't know. 3.95. That's surprising.
took that off my TBR because of a review, but I don't even remember what it was.
Okay. Fair. All right, I'll keep it. I'll try it. I mean, I can always try a chapter. 600
for
books?
1,425 bucks.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to really cut down on the try a chapter.
I'll do genre try it chapters. Rilsey Adams. How do I only have one Rilsey Adams on my TBR?
I don't know.
I don't want that one on my TBR.
I was gonna say,
I don't know why that one's on my TBR.
the surrogate / dead best friend's husband one.
No, I don't know why that one did. I probably had marked a bunch of them to read, and I've read most of them now, and then that was the one hanger on. I do want to read Bass Ackwards because I've heard it's really fun.
This was a rec
from May's mom read this. I loved it.
I saw someone going off on a Twitter rant about this because it's like non-consent in the workplace.
Oh, that's basically fine. That's fine.
It's the wildest opening, and then it goes to like a pretty sweet romance afterwards. It's a bit confusing, but people do not like it. That's why it has that low rating.
Yeah, I'm still gonna try it because I got wrecked it by her mom. Like her mom was like, "You have to read this," and I was like, "Okay, well, I can't not read a book a mom wrecks to me."
It's a very easy read. You could knock that out in no time.
All right, maybe it'll be in my 24 and 48 TBR. Chain Gang All Stars. I do really want to read, and that's staying because that's one that I will forget exists because it's such a weird cover. So like the cover doesn't stick out in my brain or the title. I don't know what this is. So I guess that's going. Easy enough. Let's see. I hate that it has to like. I get why it has to refresh every time. I'm like, man. What is this? Modern Divination. I guess that's going. Looks YA.
Yeah, I have no idea, so it can't be.
I did have a plan to do a video where I read a bunch of authors with my name, but like that, I don't need those on my Goodreads TBR to do that again. My Happy Marriage Stays, Miracles and Menorahs. If I don't read it this Hanukkah season, it will go. But
okay,
I would like to read it. I think I have an archive to make it even worse. My Happy Marriage Stays. I'm waiting for audiobook number 2 to come out, so I think that's fair.
Okay.
The Leopard King by Anne Aguirre. No.
I actually really like Anne Aguirre, but
I do too.
I just read her in January. Okay. I see 3 Anne Aguirres.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I think I'm in Love with an Alien isn't out yet.
It isn't. Hold on. Batch edit. Yeah, I'll do the batch edit. I forgot to turn that on. Let's see. So book 2 in Galactic Love, because I read book 1. Book 1 in her Leopard King series. I'd like to try that. This one's not out yet, so it's in my 2025 releases to be read, but it should be on my radar because it's not out yet.
Okay. But you said you were only going to keep one.
One in each series.
You said one each series.
But this one is old, so we'll get rid of it. 2018.
Good job. Way to go. Are you going to read a sequel that you put the sequel on your TBR 5 years ago?
Yeah, because the audiobooks are out now. I actually just had a discussion with Morgan about this one. Also, so I do actually all 3 books are out now. And when I read the first one, we didn't even have a series coming because I read the first one right when it came out. Love, Hate, and Other Filters. I'm deleting because that's YA. I don't know what this is, so that can go.
Delete.
This is hockey. I don't know. I do want to read Martyr. That is a literary fiction that a lot of people liked last year, and I'm very curious about, including our friend Ashley loving it. So, again, very curious.
Okay.
Don't Want You Like a Best Friend. Sapphic historical romance. I think so. I think it stays. The Kingdom of Power. Yep, that stays. That's one of the non-fics I want to read this year or in the next year. Becky Albertalli can go. Okay, but do I want to read her Sapphic one? This is the one that I'm probably most interested in by her. So I'll leave it.
One.
Yeah.
Is this the one that was the Louisa May Alcott that was too, I don't know, out there to be published?
I don't know.
At the time,
oh God, we're so zoomed in.
I saw someone talking about it. I don't know if it was this title yesterday in a video.
I think so.
Maybe. Do you like Louisa May Alcott?
50-50, so I'm probably just going to remove it.
Excellent.
That's why I invited Heather. I was like, she'll bully me into this. This one I know I won't read.
Beth, I will do it with you.
Just set up. You don't need anything to do a StreamYard privately, so you're good to go. Just get an account, invite Heather. She will come roast you. I do want to read Heir to Thorn and Flame.
All right.
I think I just got that for free recently. I'm going to get rid of.
I DNF'd one by that author, I think.
I would like to try.
Something.
We'll see what happens.
Or I finished it. It's bad. I don't remember.
There we go. Discord night to clean out Goodreads. Heather will just judge us all. Black Like Honey. That's sapphic black romance. So that's staying. I don't know what this is. So
it's like a picture book.
I think it's a picture book. Yeah. So that's random. Love from A to Z can go. So can this one, because those are all YA, and I'm not in a YA place these days.
Right. And if
we got 2 Danielle Allens. And I feel like those are ones that come up on lists for YA that I've seen repeatedly. So I feel
I feel like if you ever get back into it, you'll be taking new, fresh recs from
exactly
people who already read it. So,
ooh, okay. Well, I think I got it for free. But we'll just let me go search my Kindle real quick. Hold on, y'all. I might just unhaul that immediately on my Kindle. Then I think I got it for free, so that is no big deal. Definitely am not looking for anything that puts me in a slump. So we're going to mark that as read on my Kindle. That's done. And I can unhaul it on my Read What You Own then. Look at me.
There you go, Idaho.
What was it called? Heir of Thorn and Flame. Okay. About put Heir of Flame and Thorn, so I flipped it. Because that's what those titles.
They all blend together.
Okay. I'm going to keep this one for Christmas time to read, and I'll put it on the Christmas shelf so I remember it, because I always go to that shelf like at the holidays when I want a holiday book. Harley Quinn. Did I not check it? Oh, there we go. Done. Let's see. I think I do want to read the Harley Quinn book still. So we'll keep that.
What about caught up right above it?
That's not out yet. So that should technically be on my radar. Whoa. What is it doing?
Not what you wanted to.
I know. It is typical. I'm also so it's out like next week, which I'll have it and I'll read it next week. Most likely. Is it next week? Or when is this one out? Whenever this one out. I'm thinking of Bryn Weaver. That's next week. I have this pre-ordered. I will be reading it as soon as it's out, though. I think this is a shifter historical romance, and I'm good.
Okay.
Do you want to read Omari? Why did the check marks disappear? Hold, please. We're gonna batch edit. Okay. Since it vanished our check marks.
I mean, you gotta work with what Goodreads gives you.
Yeah, I might set it to 100, and then we'll just every 100-ish refresh it. We're down to 1,418. So that's good.
We need to get under that 400 mark. That's our first big...
That's our first milestone. Yeah, I know.
Big milestone.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
No, Goodreads is... It doesn't.
Goodreads is not great. Not great. not great. Listen, that's part of the motivation. Okay, 2 Amaris. So we'll take off the third because I need to read book 2.
Good job, you. All right, I see.
Listen.
3, 4. At least
4. So these are all YA, but they're supposed to be really interesting.
So pick one.
I know. Good.
Do it.
Okay.
You haven't edited anything since 2020.
That's wild. I do randomly edit mine. Okay, like I will say that.
You should take Haven off. It's not the best of hers.
I have it for free on my Kindle. So, Charlie Jane Anders. I'm also gonna remove. Oops, I meant to scroll over more so we could see. I'm gonna. I have a lot of Jane
honestly,
Andersons.
I would keep To Her Rescue and delete the other Jane Andersons.
Okay. So I'll start there. Want is a. And this is also the thing where like people will mark things as reading on my like friends list, and I'll just add it. I don't want this. I do still kind of think I want to try to read Want because it sounds interesting and weird. And you know me, I like weird things. Undead Girl Gang can go. That's YA. I don't even know how that ended up on my TBR or that one. I'm going to leave this one because it's rugby and I would like to read it at some point. Oh, here we go, Heather. I'm going to leave both of those.
Oh, yeah. Because you only need one.
Yeah.
You can't read Blood Air until you read Magic Triumphs.
True. I think this is YA. I think this is Phantom of the Opera YA.
Sounds terrible.
I can't remember. Don't know what that is. That can go. I have this on my Kindle. Let's see. I don't know why that's on my TBR. I have one Stephen. That doesn't make sense to me, but okay. I would have assumed I put the other book, but I think I wanted to read this one the most. Another YA. What is this? I don't even know what that is. Goodbye, Kelly Armstrong. I've not enjoyed her in a long time. Goodbye to that one. This one stays. This is on my Kindle, and I got it, and it sounds fun.
Okay.
I don't know what this is. Don't know what that is. I don't want to read that because it's that's probably why it's on my TBR, because I sometimes like literary horror. Oh my God, 5 years. Ooh, okay. So we'll take off the third lakefront because book 2 is there. I don't know what this is. So that can go. Okay. Ooh, here we go. All the Kristen Ashleys. So this one.
You only need the hookup. Until you read the hookup, I don't want to talk to you about Kristen Ashley. You have one job and you're failing at it.
There you go. I have taken almost all of hers off. That's just so I don't think there's a 9.5.
It was bad.
Okay,
I mean, you can read it if you want, but it was not good.
All right, we've got Ashley Nicole. I don't know who this is. I don't know. 2020 and 2022.
I want to say is a Black author that writes Black love.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm assuming that's why she's on my TBR twice. I feel like
there's some title that I would know. I think I either haven't read her or didn't enjoy her, one or the other.
That's fair. I'm gonna keep Slipped Up in Love just so I remember her name. I do think you're right though. Let's see. That one can go.
Good job.
We'll get rid of that because if I decide I want to read that, I'll remember it. Don't know what that is. Okay, we'll keep the second one of this. These are very silly. 39. Oh, how? That's wild. I don't know what Bite Me is. Not reading that one. That is a 2018 hanger on.
I remember reading that. That's so long ago.
I think this is middle grade. Cozies.
Didn't you read the whole Mistletoe collection? Except
I skipped Tessa's because I'm still not sure if I want to read it or not. So I just don't know. you know? I'm
Okay.
very torn on Tessa, so we'll take her off.
You don't have to have it on there to
I know.
like, specifically the ones that you will hear of again are what I'm thinking.
Okay, the cover is gorgeous, which is what sold me on trying it, even though it's YA, so that can go. I DNF'd that, I thought. Or you DNF'd that, and I
I
decided to
DNF'd
DNF
that.
it. I'm not going to read Mary Below, even though she's like a classic kind of. I don't want to. I'm leaving the Jumbies because I would like to read that during Black Halloween this year, maybe.
Okay. Are you actually going to read Wonder Woman?
I own it, so that's why it's on here, because I have a signed
So
edition.
unhaul it and take it off.
I'll take it off. I might read it. Let's see. I've read this. I don't know why this is on here. Let's see. I'm going to take off the Inheritance games.
How many Les Bardugos do you need?
That gives me 2. That's her horror.
Yeah.
The Alex Stern series, and then The Familiar is a standalone.
So
that's book 2 in a series.
Like, widely considered bad.
Which one?
The Familiar.
I don't know. That's why I'm kind of curious to try it, because a lot of people didn't like it, so I'm intrigued. Okay. I do want to read When We Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill, and I do want to read The Ogress and the Orphans, because I really liked Kelly Barnhill's middle grades. I find them very enjoyable.
Okay.
Don't know what this is. Okay, we have 3 Ruby Barretts. Which one do I keep? Robin loved The Friendship Study.
Oh, okay. I mean, you don't have to keep any, but
Workplace. I think I'll keep The Friendship Study. Well, I would like to read them.
There you go.
You can just read Six of Crows as a standalone. You don't have to read the Grisha version first. But either way, it's not bad. More YA. More middle grade. Oh, this is the 60s historicals where they go to the moon. And I do want to read that.
Why do you have When God Says Yes?
I do not know. I bet something got clicked when I was like doing something.
There's no way that's real.
I don't know how that happened, but there it is. Don't know what that is. I don't think I want to read that. Care about Stone. The Jimbot of Shantyport is another sci-fi I've seen people talk about and love, so I might keep it.
Because you read sci-fi.
I have been putting more things on hold that are outside of romance lately.
But are you reading them?
I will. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
We are gonna get rid of these 2 historicals because I'm not reading historicals.
Way to go.
Poison Heart. I don't know. We'll take it off.
So that's about that.
Hmm?
I've seen mixed things about that one.
Yeah. Well, and some YA I throw on there because I'm interested in it.
This is literally not producer TBR, people.
Okay, the book was Say Yes to God or something, and we don't know how it ended up there, but there it was. I've definitely liked a book or added a book to my TBR, so okay, it's updating. We're at 1403, so we'll see what we're at.
Yeah, I agree. Six of Crows and what's the next book called?
Oh my gosh. I don't remember, but that duology is fantastic.
That's the one to read. You really can read that duology and Crooked Kingdom, right? Isn't it Crooked Kingdom?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. They just said it.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh because I don't trust it.
Yeah,
it looks like it took them off.
Is by far the best.
Okay. I was like, we did not get through this whole page enough for this to like be onto a new page. Okay, where were we?
Rugged Blood isn't out yet. That we just passed. We were at Gravity.
Gravity's staying. It's my one Talbauer, so that makes sense. 2021 Christmas books I didn't read. That one's going.
You'll like You'll like Gravity.
I think so. I just have not been in the mood for Rip My Guts Out.
It's not nearly as bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I
Yeah,
did
what
too,
are we at?
it's not as bad.
1343, Heather.
But I see multiple Christian Ashleys. Oh, why is that?
We discussed it. I left 3. I left 3.
You only need 1.
Fine. I'll go add them back after the
All right. Well, Rock Chick Reborn isn't really great either. It's all right, but
sweet. I will leave ducks. I've had it on there for a while because I always liked Kate Beaton's social internet presence. So I don't know who any of these are, what any of these are. So those are going. Could take this off because I only want to read this one by her now. That can go. Okay, which Love Belvin do I want to read?
In Covenant with Ezra, isn't he a pastor? Although
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm. This should be on my radar because it got picked up, unfortunately. I mean, fortunately, but
Same.
We do all need.
I would only do that if you specifically asked me.
She does. This is true. More YA, I think. I don't know who that is. So that's going. Be a life coach. May loved Truly, Madly, Deeply, so I want to give it a try at the very least before I fully remove from my TBR. I don't remember this book. I don't think I'll read that.
Robin did not like my summer.
I know.
She said it was way too long.
Yeah, when I saw the length of that book, I was like, I don't know about that.
I thought it was originally supposed to be a smiley novella.
I did too. It gave Sunny novella vibes when I read about the summary and stuff, and then I was like, no, it's not that. Yeah. I don't know if that is. That can go. That can go because I don't know if that is either. To Shape Your Dragon's Breath, I do want to read. That's fantasy dragon-ness. That's supposed to be really good. I've only heard good things.
Okay.
So, Ghost by Cat Blackthorn. I think this is one that wouldn't stop stalking me at one point. I think it's masked guys, so I'm kind of curious, but I don't know a ton about it.
I feel like I try a few of those every year, and it's rare to get a hit.
I know, but I'll try it. More cozies that are gonna go.
All right.
These two are staying because they're the last 2 books I have to read in the series, which I'm going to read because I own them on my bookshelves, so I have to read them this year so I can either unhaul or keep them. This I unhauled. That one's staying because I'm curious about the Lauren Blakely hockey book. Let's see. This was I think I'll just keep her Omega because I didn't love that first book.
The first book was way too long.
Yeah. And I'll get rid of those 2. I thought I read this. I don't know. Dragon Cowboy, that can go. BK Morrison, I'm going to keep First Time Caller, and I'll get rid of Business Casual. Another one I don't think I'll read. Warrior Girl and Earth that I am likely to read. I liked the first one from Angeline Woolley.
Okay.
It was good. That's the kind of way I like to read, so it makes sense. Right. I don't know why I have this on my list. I'm not going to read that. That's sat there since 2020. I didn't even know we had a sequel in it. There we go. Another one. Okay, I'm going to leave Dungeons and Drama because I'm kind of curious about trying those because they look really cute, even though they're YA.
Yeah.
How to Fake It with a Fae, I'm going to leave because I just added it in the less than a year. More YA.
I moved it off my TBR, but I don't think I tried it. So
it's one where I'm going to leave it because if I went to do a try chapter and I did Fae books or that theme, I want to do a theme. It's one that I would pick up for that. I don't know about that one. More historical. This is staying. This is supposed to be a really good heist romance.
Okay.
Or contract killers. Somebody recommended this to me recently.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Never as good as I want them to be.
I actually had people directly tell me to try it. So I was like, okay, we'll try it. My washing machine is yelling at me. Which I don't think I'll like. I don't know. I keep going back and forth if I'll like this series or not.
Okay, same.
Have you tried it at all?
Could be do or die 2025.
Okay. I did read the part 1, so I'll take this out because I read the other one for this and I liked it. So I am curious about this series from her.
I've seen some reviews of the first couple books.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also read that first prequel novella.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a couple of reviews just talking about how badly he treats her for like no reason, and that the first book ends with like zero, like she like saves their lives and stuff, and he still is like, oh, you're trying to kill us all after like an entire book, that no progress had been made.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, other people agreeing about Summer Girl. I wish they like interacted those lists sometimes. It would make it easier. I use a wish list on Amazon for things I want to buy physically, and then also if I want to, like, I have a KU wish list on Amazon of like priority KU reads, and then I'll keep stuff over here on my KU list that is like not as big a priority. We're gonna see if we made it to the new page yet. I don't think we did. Nope. Rude. Are we ever gonna get off this for today? We're under 1,300 already. So that's a win.
That's what we like to see.
Okay, so I'm going to dip book 2 in that one. Okay, we have 3 KF Brens. I think I would like this one the most of all her books.
I think that's on my TBR as well, because somebody has commented multiple times, I think, about how much they liked it.
So these 3 stay. This one has pegging, so I have to read it. I do really want to read Once You're Mine. I'm very curious about it. And then I need to finish the Carissa Broadbent War of Lost Hearts.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to delete Slaying the Vampire because when I get caught up, I can always add it back. Right. Dating a Dismemberment, I'm going to pull because Bethany hated it.
Oh, really?
So I'm not sure what I'll think of it. And it's one that it like, if I decide I want to read it, I'll find it again.
You are not going to read Iron Seas number 3.
Yes, I am.
It's been on your TBR since 2016.
I just miss Mel Jean Brooks.
Okay? You told me. When I read the first one, you were like, oh, I read those so long ago. Look at you. You didn't even finish the series, and you still have it on your TBR.
Because I don't finish things.
You're not going to read it.
Okay, that's going on my radar.
You don't finish things. You're not going to finish it now.
I know. Listen, I clicked it for you.
Oh, did you? Yes. All right.
And look at me. I'm just clicking things. I added this to my TBR because I'm curious about it.
It's really good. I actually just read all 3 of those that are on your TBR, and A Marriage of Ended Inconvenience is the best one.
Okay.
For sure. From the author.
Sweet. Because I did DNF her wooing the Witch Queen, but it wasn't because it was bad. It wasn't bad, though. Right. It wasn't a bad DNF. It was I'm not in the mood for this.
They're all cozy like that, though. She definitely has.
Yes, I do say finales for comfort.
I'm sorry. Do we not need comfort? Read the finales. 2025. Do or die in 2025.
I don't want that. I don't read Bren Kerrigan anymore. She's not really for me. That's a recent one. That's actually in a video coming on Sunday where I talk about it.
Look at you.
Let's see.
Talk about wanting to read it?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's on my Death and Grief TBR. So it's going to live here for a bit. Let's see. I'm leaving the Kate Canterbury's. You can't make me remove them.
All right. You're not going to read them, but okay.
Yes, I am.
Sure you are.
I have this on audio. Technically, this should be on my audio TBR. So we can do that. And this is on my Kindle.
Right. For sure.
Don't remember adding that or that. Meh. There we go. I'm going to try to read that one.
Italian stallions.
Her first one was like a really silly like throuple. I've heard it's not good. I still want to read it because I'm curious to the level of not good it is because it just seems goofy, and I love a goofy stalker book because they should be goofy because it's a weird situation.
You do.
Okay, use update or not? No. Okay. I swear, Goodreads is the worst.
Yeah, it does.
That's why I'm trying to get this down so I can actually manage it better.
Exactly. It's not really like, not everyone has to have the same amount of books or enjoy having the same amount of books on their TBR. Mm-hmm. I just think they should be ones you do want to read. Let's not leave them.
That's fair. Part of this also is that as I've moved my Goodreads stuff onto other platforms, it's been really frustrating because I haven't done this in a while. So there's a lot of books I just don't need. I'll take that one off. Take that one off. I'll leave that because you really like that.
Are you going to take the Mask of Mirrors off right in front of me?
That's what I said. I'm not going to take that off because you loved that series. Rebel Carter. I'm going to take that off.
You never read Against the Ropes?
No. I guess not. I thought I did, but I don't think I did. If it's not marked, I didn't read it.
You might like it. I read it a long time ago, so it's hard to, but I feel like I reread.
Did you reread it? I was like, I feel like you reread it recently, but maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe.
I'm going to leave one in this Rick Riordan spinoff world because I do like those, but
okay.
I might take it off later. Same thing here. I'm going to leave these because I do want to try them. I have this to read. Get rid of that.
That was not good.
Let's see. That's YA. More historical.
I plan on reading The City of Brass in March, hopefully, if everything goes okay. It's
one of my historical. I'm going to pull off the Star Wars because I actually have a Star Wars planned TBR at some point. Okay, so we'll remove this batch. We're at 1,267.
And you thought that 1,000 someday was the goal.
Yeah, maybe we'll be under 1,000 by the end of this.
I believe in us.
I think we will be.
I've been told that I will like City of Brass so many times because I like political fantasy and, characters who are really clever.
I could see that. I've only really heard majority good stuff about it, which makes me want to read it.
Right.
And that's the thing, right? Like I am intrigued enough to want to read it.
Right. I know. I just saw, I can't think of her name. No. I just saw somebody read it and like it like this month, like last week,
Yeah.
And I like fantasy like that where people are talking about how good it is for multiple years. It's not like you had to read it.
Exactly.
To really like it.
Okay. We're deleting more. We're deleting more. Here we go. I'm not going to read that. I don't know if I'll read that or that or that. I do want to read Ring Shout. I've just not. Again, I've been struggling to pick up things that are not romance. In like not a good way sometimes.
Preaching to the choir over here. So
I know. Okay, so that one can go.
It's so hard to get my fantasy TBR down because it's not romance.
Yeah. We just deleted more. We're going. I knew once we were in the rhythm too, it would be easier to like just start getting rid of them. Also, being live gives me the pressure to actually do it and not walk away from the project. Because you know what? That'd be tempting. Okay. Oh, we are on to page 2.
Heck yeah.
So that is a win.
A huge win.
I might have to go run downstairs and turn off the machine so it stops beeping.
I don't hear anything. I don't know.
Okay. I was like, if you're hearing it, I'm going to go do that. But if not, then I'll ignore it. Okay. Let's see. I only want to read this. I do want to read All the Sinners Bleed because that's a thriller that's supposed to be really good.
Okay.
This should be... No, that's out. That's what I need to read.
You continued liking Finley Donovan as the series goes on?
Yeah, I still need to read book 4, but I've enjoyed it. They're just silly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all I want, you know? More YA. Let's see. I don't remember this one. I have all of these on audio, so I'll probably listen to them, but I don't know if I will or if I'm just going to abandon the series.
Yeah.
So I'll leave book 3.
Well, no, you already read the first one. Never mind.
Yeah, I read the first one. Let's see. The newest Nikki St. Croix I do want to try. This looks really cute. She's like a school librarian, like bookworm, and he's a basketball player. So that seems fun. Cowboy's not usually my jam. Okay, A.H. Cunningham. I'm gonna get rid of Plie. I'm gonna keep Out of Office and A Turn in the Air.
Okay.
Because this one has primal play, if I recall correctly. So I do want to try it. And this one is her like vacation romance.
Mm-hmm.
What Jennifer Cruz is this? Maybe. All the other ones. All right, we'll get rid of it. Whatever. Jennifer Cruz will come back up in my life. Let's see. These can all go. I'll leave Kiss the Girl. Okay. Olivia. Oh, I only want Olivia Dade. Look at me. Look at me.
Wow.
I expected more. Let's see. I don't know any of these. I don't remember them. Get rid of that.
Are you gonna read those anthologies? I don't think so.
All right, Tessa Dare. Only 3. I'm gonna get rid of all of them, but the one that we're still waiting to come out / has never come out.
Do you need to keep on if it's never coming out?
I mean,
when it does, if it ever does come out, are you trying
it's gonna be such a ruffle.
To hear about it?
Yeah,
you're gonna hear about it. You literally don't need to have it, but more power to you.
Okay, I took it off
in an advisory capacity.
I moved it to on my radar future, so we're good. Mm-hmm. And I removed these because honestly, this is the Tessa Dare series I love. So
right, they're not
in the waiting zone.
Good. They're just not.
I think I'm gonna ditch Serpentine Valentine.
Do it.
Fear the Flames is staying.
Are you gonna read it though?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm literally as soon as I'm done with the fantasy romance
arc of it before it came out.
I'm gonna read it
months ago.
I'm gonna read it.
Right. For sure.
Okay. So
Banging the Easter Bunny is not worth it, by the way.
Oh, the second one's not good? Damn it.
Yeah,
right.
no, it's like a full-on plot.
Get out.
Nobody needs 400 pages of plot when you're literally just there to bang the Easter Bunny.
I love her shorts. Like her novellas are fantastic. I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's there or that. Let's see. I do want to read Guillotine. That's like a horror I've seen a lot of people talk about, and I'm intrigued. Married to Mail Order Cowboy. I think that sounds funny. I know
cowboys. You don't even like cowboys.
I'm doing a cowboy thing. I have a cowboy video planned. So
why would you agree to that?
I sometimes like a cowboy book.
Okay.
I like Rebecca Weatherspoon cowboy books. We'll put it that way.
Is that by Rebecca Weatherspoon? No, it's not.
I have hope. Okay, see, here's where I've added multiples from a series, not realizing.
You did, and the spinoff series. Good grief, woman. Get rid of the spinoff series. It's literally about their child. You can't read any of that until you read it.
I did. I already deleted it. I forgot about this series. Huh. Okay. The Marriage Game. Let's see. That can go 2016.
All right. Good work, team.
I think this is like a sapphic Hades and Persephone. I hate the cover. I'm never going to pick it up.
You're not going to pick it up. I mean, it's been a while.
I hate the cover. It's not getting picked up.
To be fair, sapphic is not as rare as it once was.
I know.
So you are more likely to.
Okay. Here we go. We've got a ton of Ruby Dixon, which is not surprising.
All right.
All right. Which is first in bad guy or worst guy? Are they?
They're not good, but okay.
Okay. Well, there we go. Ruby's also someone I'll just pick up when I'm ready.
I know when all those came out, so we'll see.
Let's see. Get rid of that one. Let's see. Grace Draven, I only have one. That's a surprise.
But you don't need to read that one.
Is it not good?
I mean, have you read it?
It's book 2.
Yeah.
So I read book
Did
1.
you read book 1?
I must have.
And you don't even remember enough to want to pick up book 2?
Yeah, sure. I don't. Maybe I didn't read book 1 and somehow book 2 got on here though. 2017. That's going. What about Zoe Draven?
That one's okay. It's very angsty and it's very I'm now living with this group of people, but you know, I have prejudice against every single part of their life and I think they're dumb and stupid. So
okay,
that's
those
fun.
are all going.
That's
All
great.
right, we're at 12:30. We're gonna remove this batch.
All right. Moving on with our lives.
I agree. I struggle to organize on Storygraph because it's YA, and I don't read a ton of YA. If I decide to read YA, it's one that it will come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to argue for me, I'll add it back, but that's my thought process. I don't read a ton of YA.
Rachel, don't you dare. Don't you dare.
But like YA is the last genre, age group, demographic I pick up. I'm more likely to go to read things that are adult or middle grade right now.
Uh-huh.
This live, we're discussing my Goodreads and roasting it. Normally romance books.
I mean, it's still kind of romance books today.
That's fair. Like I said, I do have access. Like it's on a list of an audio program I'm on. So if I decide to read it, I could just get the audiobook. No big deal. So
yeah, exactly.
Is this refreshing correctly? I feel like it should be lower than 12:30. Goodreads is so slow. I need everyone to stop editing their Goodreads with us. There we go. Look at that, Heather. Under 1,200 now.
Wow. Wow.
I know. We're doing it. We're doing it.
You really are.
Where did we leave off? Right here. I think May read this and liked it. I don't know that I would read it though. Capture the Fae Beast, 2016. That can go. More historicals.
I mean, the subgenres and the genres and stuff that you don't read as much or that I don't read as much, you get so much more in your TBR than you actually are going to get to.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to edit through it sometimes and just keep the ones.
I was over 1,400 before the live. That's also why I have to be brutal and get it down. So
yeah.
Okay, Maisie Eddings. This is a YA. I don't know that I'll ever read any of these. I have this on my TBR. I do want to read this one. I've heard cute.
Ray loves that one.
I know, and it's like I've got to. I'm gonna delete both Lucy Eden's because I have some other ones by her that I'd rather read.
Good job.
This one I'm leaving. I think this is in middle grade.
Yeah, that's the one that Ashley and Bethany.
Yeah, so that's staying because I do want to read that. That is a remnant. I thought I removed that author from my TBR.
She delete the final strife.
I should. Is it bad?
Have you read anything by her?
No.
Okay, you should delete it.
Okay. This is another middle grade magic, which I love. So that'll stay. Bound by Shannon Elliott. I do want to read that. That one sounds fun. More YA. I'm reading book 2 in this, so this stays.
What are you talking about?
This one, A Pact for Autumn. I'm reading book 2.
Why do you need to keep book 1 if you're reading book 2?
Because I didn't read book 1 yet. You can read them out of order.
Why are you reading book 2?
Because it's winter. And book 1 is autumn.
And next autumn, you're going to scroll through your Goodreads and be like, oh.
Perhaps. Am I also slightly... Listen, Heather, I scrolled through the reviews for this series, and people were ridiculous. They were mad that other authors have written series themed similarly in the Omega
on the season.
They were mad there were similar or same titles for other Omegaverse books, and I was like, babes,
Wild.
we cannot copyright that, but okay, go off. No. This is a horror I was interested in. I'm going to keep it because I do feel like I won't necessarily see it again.
Okay,
I
sure.
have this graphic novel on my shelf to read.
Look at you.
So we'll keep it. What is this? I added it in June. So I guess it gets to live a little longer.
Decades, A Journey of African American Romance. So is it a nonfiction?
No. I don't know. I don't know why I added it, but I'm going to go dig in on it later.
Okay. All right.
Okay, no, but that's what the reviews were like. They're like, somebody already wrote a pack for winter or for Christmas. Like, you can't type. And I was just like, y'all, calm down.
Yes, you
It was very
can.
funny. It tickled me. I was like, this is hilarious.
Oh my god. Tiggs, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You're welcome. That can go. This is Sapphic Hockey. I'm leaving it because I keep forgetting it exists. That's going because I hated that series. I'm not going to read more Feehan. I love Shay, but Feehan is not my go-to.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Your friends can like books that don't have to be, that you don't also have to read.
Yeah. This is true. These were some middle grades I'd wanted to read at one point.
Okay. That point is gone.
Yeah. Well, they're getting clicked.
Yeah.
The Gilded Ones.
I would delete it, but
I don't know. More cowboys, more historicals. The Ruby Frank daughter book I'm curious about. I'm going to delete book 4 from
Good
2016.
job. Good job.
For you. Also book 3. Let's see. How many Whitney G's do I have? Jesus. We're just going to delete these 2 and I'll keep that one.
Okay. It's not worth it, but keep it if you must.
Well, I just enjoy them sometimes because they're not fantastic, but they're not terrible.
Okay, but how long has it been on your TBR? Enjoy it sometimes.
2022, 2020.
Okay. The one you're keeping.
I'm gonna delete I checked them all. All the Whitney G's are gone.
Okay.
I'm deleting Your Girl.
Go ahead. Sorry.
You are supposed to be at work. What are you doing here?
I have replaced you. Izzy was literally like, well, May's not available. Let's upgrade.
May would be like, keep all the books.
You're not wrong.
Okay. I am taking off the Boy Crazy Stacy because it was there for the hardest reading challenge, which I have abandoned ship on because I cannot manage both. I can't do Read What You Want and that.
You're correct on that. Rachel, that sucks.
That is awful.
Everybody is sick around here.
Right now, you would tell me. You'd be like, clear that whole shelf. She would right now. This is like the one time in which she would be like, clear that entire shelf.
Now is the
she's
time.
acting like I didn't message her like about this earlier because she was like, we can use friends. And I was like, I think I'm just gonna do my Goodreads. And I was like, I want to see if Heather can do it because Heather will ruthlessly roast me.
This is true.
We're gonna see if we're under 1100 because that was a lot.
Yeah, I think there's a good possibility you're under 1100.
Now I'm refreshing to see if it took them all out. This is the one downside. I'm like, this, woo, so close.
An even number.
That's a first. I don't feel like we've had an even number yet.
You still have reasonable doubt, exactly like I told you.
Okay, I already saw that, and I didn't think I had it still. I'm sorry. That can go. That can go. I own these are graphic novels, so they're staying because they're on my shelf.
They had graphic novels.
Yeah, and they're really cute. I need to read them. That can go. That can go. I do want to read that. That can go. That should be on a different shelf.
I know. She should have used me in the advertising, but no.
I wasn't sure when I scheduled it if she would make it. That is why.
That is true. When are you going to read Two Twisted Crowns?
As literally, I'm in the middle of a of a fantasy right now. So as soon as I'm done with those, I will read it. Mortal Dark's going. I don't think I'm going to like it from more reviews that I'm seeing.
I also deleted off my TBR.
Cam Godwin's going. I don't know why that's here. I'm going to leave book 1. I am intrigued by this YA.
I am series. Too, solely because of Ashley. Ashley has really made me. I actually put on my TBR because of her. It's like,
I do. That's not out yet. That should also be.
You're right.
And this is what happens sometimes. I think I put things into the shelf and it didn't. So
yeah.
That's staying. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I don't know that I'll read it.
Right.
I do own this one, so I'm gonna keep it. Because if I do read a historical, I would be okay. The Murder of Mr. Wickham, keep it. It's good. Okay. I don't feel like I heard a lot about it. All right, I'll take it.
I DNF'd it because I heard bad reviews.
We'll give it a try. That one. A lot of people were hyping this up last year, so I am intrigued by it. I'm gonna leave it for now.
Yep.
I haven't read that yet. I don't think I'm gonna read that one by Alexis Hall. I don't think I'll read that.
Oh, you should delete Heart of the Fae.
Is it bad? Okay. This is one that got wrecked to me during our Goodreads reaction, so I'm gonna keep it. I'm getting rid of My Lady Jane. I never read it, and then they canceled the show, so I'm very upset.
You should watch the first season, though. It's worth watching on its own.
I'm leaving this because it's part of a potential TBR coming soon video. Well, me reading the book's not a TBR. I don't know what that is, and I don't know what that is. So, let's go.
All right. Here we go.
We will be under 1,100. You're not replaceable. We can make everybody hang out with us this weekend. We can hit up the book group chat and be like, hang out with us. I feel like they would show up.
Yeah. I mean, I am an Austen fan for sure.
I'm intrigued. I would like to try it. Like I said, I've heard good things. I don't know that I'm a fan. I'm just like, I always enjoy that sort of stuff. Those kinds of adaptations / reimaginings, you know?
Right. I don't read of them, but I read all of Jane Austen's and watched, the movies.
I watched a lot of the movies. I did not read them. So
I did.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't have anything else to read. So.
I'm gonna get rid of both those Harper Brills. That can go. I don't remember why I have that on here. I'm gonna leave Liquor and Laundry because I do think I want to read that one still.
Okay.
That can go. Have you read this one?
Yeah. It wasn't worth it.
Okay. Do I keep this one or not?
No. Nope.
Okay. Let's see. 2020. I'm leaving Love on the Brinks. I'm going to read it. I have it as audio, and I would like to because a lot of people hated it, and I'm curious. But also, that's a high rating for a lot of people not liking that book.
I mean, yeah. I feel like if you like her writing, you like all of her books. I don't really feel like it's...
I mean, I don't disagree. Okay. I'll get rid of that one. Okay, Adriana Herrera. I own this on my Kindle. I have this checked out from the library right now. And I haven't read that one, so I'll get rid of it.
Okay.
Also own that one, so that'll stay. Let's remove some more. Oh my god, these freaking hair ties, I swear. I have had them break out of my hair repeatedly today. So I just lost another one. I felt it.
Persuasion is pretty angsty, but Persuasion's one I really like as a movie as well. But I mean, I read and love the books.
I read like the first chapter of Quicksilver. I would like to read more, but I was not in the mood for a fantasy romance when I tried to read it. So it got put back on the TBR because I don't try to, if I try like a book and the genre is not what I want right now, I try not to like full DNF it.
And that's how we got here.
A little bit. Here the Witching can go because it is old.
Right.
I think that puts us onto a new page.
Love it.
She is, but also there's a bunch of questionable stuff with her and issues with her books, to my understanding. Like reading them today. Hello, Robin.
Look who showed up.
I know. Listen, we're going. We're 10:42. All right, let's see what the last one on this page is.
Let me
it's fully updated.
You don't want to read that.
Which one?
Let Me Hold You.
Okay.
By Alexandria House.
Okay. Can delete that. That isn't on my radar. Future. Okay.
Really hope she actually comes out with Pride and Prejudice. Here.
This is a middle grade that I am interested in. Amanda Hawking can go. I read those a long time ago. I don't remember why I put that on there.
Okay.
Listen, we're taking stuff off.
All we had to do, we just had to get you in the zone.
Get me. Yeah. You DNF'd that, didn't you?
What?
No, that was a different one. You DNF. You didn't DNF Blood and Brujas. I don't think you read that one. Thinking of the there's a fantasy you DNF'd.
Yeah, I got rid of
that I think I have. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of all those. Because when I want to read Alexandria House, I'm likely to also just go scroll her books.
Oh, who's dead to me? I don't even know. Many people, though. Many.
All the things. All the places. That's fair. I mean, we also weren't aware of some of the things. I think with Georgette, it was there's some rampant anti-Semitism potentially in her books, if I remember right. Your DNFs. Heather is very much. Oh, I should get rid of that one too. Let's keep going.
I mean, my attitude is always, I do this for fun. If I'm not having fun,
no, 100%. I'm with you. All of these Elizabeth Hoyts can go. That should be.
I don't run out of books to read, so.
No, because you won't, because there is a lot to read.
Mm-hmm.
I DNF'd that, so I don't know why that's here.
How many longs are you gonna have?
I probably just marked all the series to read and meant to put them on my radar, so I fixed that. So this will be the only one left. So that's in DNF now. Let's see. You didn't like this one, or did you not try this one?
No, it's not worth it.
Okay. Let's see. This is supposedly Transylvania fic, almost, according to one of my besties. So I put it on my TBR. I'm gonna take that off because I haven't read book 1. So I bet book 1 and book 2 are on my TBR. Guaranteed. Okay.
Oh dear.
Listen, sometimes you just hit things.
There you go.
But yeah, I think I just don't see myself ever revisiting much of the like vintage Regency stuff. I really like my modern Regencies at this point.
And if you do, it will be a specific one for a specific reason.
Yeah, it'll be a project video, let's be real.
Yeah, it won't be something where you need to, again, go through your TBR and find several or something.
Okay. Don't remember that. I do want to try the Will of the Many.
I do too.
Okay, I don't need both of those. I can get rid of those. I could do Monday's Not Coming. I think of all of her books, that's the one I'm probably most interested in.
I also prefer my books to not have real religion in it.
That's fair. Yeah, listen though, it does happen on Goodreads. I've more than I care to admit, where I've been like, how did that end up on my want to read list?
Can't say as it's ever happened to me, but whatever.
Because you monitor yours like regularly. Robin, I started at 1,432. So we are under 1,000. You're welcome. In an hour and 10 minutes, we're under 1,000. So there's
I've seen so many people just absolutely adoring The Will of the Many. And the things that I've heard about it are that it's a really smart character. There's twists. It's like literally saying all of my favorite things. I'm like, all right, I might be in.
I mean, I feel like the same thing. Like, it's just all I hear is good stuff. And even the critique has been interesting critique, so I'm always down for that.
Yeah.
I don't know why this is on my TBR, so that'll go. Have you read this? Well, I like this.
No, wasn't that well, wasn't that from Tamika?
Probably. All right, we'll go. I don't remember why it's on my list at this point. So Eloisa James can go. I know our Lorelei James is here because she did Thruple Cowboys.
Again,
okay.
Easier to find these days.
100%. All right, here we go. Robin, I have. Don't bother. Okay. Easy peasy. Let's see if it removes them. Okay. Refresh then, because we should be under 997. There we go. Okay. Back to the bottom. So many books. Okay. We were right here. So 1 Week of James. I don't know why that's on here. I don't know what that is. N.K. Jemisin. I'm going to keep The Inheritance and Broken Earth because I am determined this year to finish and read more N.K. Jemisin.
Okay.
So that's 3 more. We are under 990. Listen, that's fair. That is a fair fear to have about a book and an author.
I'm going to be honest. I could not tell you the last time I read a book by a man.
Especially a white man.
No, that's not true. I read one in January, but it was Tal Bauer. So, I mean.
Well, I was going to say, though, like, I feel like a cis straight white man is very, like, the key point there more than anything. It's not just a man. It's, like, cis white guys, you know?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That are the concern.
Many without that specific label still find ways to suck, though. So there's that.
They do. They do. Listen, there's always a danger. That is my plan with every day.
Library. No question.
Okay. So that can go because we already said I'm only keeping those 2. Beverly Jenkins. I'm going to keep Indigo. I'm going to get rid of this one because this is like her contemporary and I like her historicals.
Right.
And I'm going to keep the Through the Storm because it's the first in the Lebecs. So we'll see what I have left. I'm trying to get us to the next page.
Right.
That's the only problem right now. We're like right at the bottom.
Tal Bauer, it depends. The rest of the story is probably the best, but it is emotionally destroying. If you wanted to try Gravity instead, it is equally good and not as sad. But I mean, they both end in an AGA. But Gravity does have a throat injury where like they can't breathe and they're on a ventilator, they're in surgery and stuff like that. So if that's something you're trying to avoid, you should know that. But other than that, it's a pretty sweet romance.
I love this. I need to read that one soon. Okay, we are still in our Beverly Jenkins, so I am deleting until we get to.
We need a couple.
Yeah, I own Vivid, so that's staying because I like to keep what I own on there.
Okay.
So I'm kind of hoping we get there. Nope. Still more.
Because you were like, Beverly Jenkins, so many series.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
She does have so many series. That is.
And well regarded for a lot of reasons.
Right, exactly. Still going.
Yep. Still going.
Mm-hmm.
Should I go to page 3 and see where we're at on Beverly on page 3 so we can just move forward? Yeah, we're going to do that because I think we probably have a lot of Beverly on the next page.
Well, there you go. Robin said Secret Service.
Yep, called it. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, we're going to be there for a while.
Yeah, so I made the right choice. I'm not reading that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that is. That's a Omegaverse, I think. So I'm going to leave it for now.
It's number 5. Do you remember reading the rest of the series?
I don't think you have to read them together. I think it's one of those ones that you can just read whenever.
Okay.
I can go check.
No need. No need.
Okay, now.
All right.
Jones. Let's see. Okay. You know what? I don't need almost any of these because I have a list tracking what I have and haven't read by Christina. So there's that. I don't know why that's here. I don't remember adding it. Stephen Graham Jones. Okay. Nope. I want that one, not that one. Book 2. That can go.
Got a lot by them.
I do. That I'm not going to read. And somebody wrecked me this, I think, but I don't remember. So it'll go. I don't think I'm going to read that one.
Here right now, right?
Yeah.
Robin said don't read double.
I need to review it. I have an arc.
Unbelievable.
I know. Not reading that. Again, a remnant from 2018.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see where I don't get through the list. Rena Kent is going because I decided to read Rena Kent. I'm going to just read Rena Kent. That should be on my radar because that comes out in October.
DNF don't pay to 10.
Ooh, fun. Okay. I'll figure it out. I'm going to keep I'll have what he's having because that just came out last year. I don't remember this. Did you read this one yet or no? I think Bethany liked it.
I'm not really reading the author anymore.
Okay, that's fair. YA that I added today because one of my members was reading it and I thought it looked good. So we'll keep it for now. Let's see. Keep that one. T. Kingfisher. Here we go. Let's see. We'll get rid of this one, and this one. Yeah,
you just. I mean, I need one Paladin's Grace and probably one horror at least. But
yeah, well, I need to read book 2 in this, so I'm gonna leave it so I don't forget. And then I feel like that's.
How much of T. Kingfisher have you read?
I don't know. A good bit.
Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head. That's not where my brain is.
Like a lot of people that have liked her other dark fairy tales have not had good things about a sorceress comes to call.
I also have an arc of it, so it's staying because I would like to try it at the very least. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But I'll gleefully DNF it. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What I have all this.
I don't know if I read. You still haven't read Paladin's Grace. Wait, no, you did, didn't you? Didn't you read? No, it was just stuff.
It's just stuff. See, I don't need all those. Will I read Babel? Probably not. Also, it's 2016. I don't remember that.
Don't read The Lord of Starville.
Yeah, that can go. I do want to read that because it's funny. That can go. Okay, let's remove. That's a lot. That was a lot of them.
I agree.
We should
give you credit.
We should be getting down on pages.
I mean, especially just the ones you don't even remember.
Well, that's the easy part where I'm just like, I don't remember this.
Right.
Like,
and
then like the Beverly Jenkins, of course, at some point randomly, I have just like added to my TBR.
Under 1,000 party peoples. Well under 1,000.
We might be under 900 or really, really close. Because I don't feel like I kept a lot on that page.
I agree.
So we'll see.
So see, we have already hit the stretch goal that you had in your mind that someday you'd like to get under there.
Listen, it just, sometimes I just go on Goodreads and browse and I click buttons. It's fine.
Don't we all, but.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, are we on to the next page? Let me check page 2's bottom one. Just to see.
Add stuff to my. Nobody can force me to add things to my TBR. It just doesn't work that way.
I really do try to keep it to stuff I'm actively interested in at the time, but I've had Goodreads since like 2008, 9. Like I've been on Goodreads a long time. Oh, look at that, 899.
Under 900. The next milestone is 800. Can we do it?
I think we probably will, which is wild. All right, here we go. Batch edit. Oh, this is about to be fun. I already saw the pile of one author I have, so I'm not reading that. I will read that. I do love Lillian. Not reading that.
Yeah.
Not reading that. I will keep book 1 because I would actually like to read that spinoff series. That can go.
Okay.
I don't think I'll read that or that. Jackie Lau.
You don't need all those Jackie Laus.
No.
I like her books, but they're pretty interchangeable. Like it doesn't really matter which one you pick up, to be
exactly. Is this the?
Although I will say the one you kept is not good.
Oh, I just grabbed one.
That was on my worst books of the year. The Big Express Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
A couple years ago.
I don't think that's the Ursula K. Le Guin I would read. I love this for you. I think this is going to motivate me to read because I'll have a better list to look at.
It does. It is.
No, it does.
Actually helpful.
Jade, that is on my TBR. I don't know what that
is. I decided that will make me sad, so I took it off my TBR.
That's fair. I don't know that. Again, my historicals are just coming off my TBR.
Yeah, it's just too many.
I do own that. That should be on audio TBR though.
Dun, 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 dun.
I got the audio arc of it. I got Nine-Tailed for free from Amazon during one of the first things because it I was actually kind of curious about it, so I was like, I'll hang on to it for now. That is on my TBR.
The Shadows Between Us is a perfectly fine YA fantasy.
Didn't Bree love it?
Bree loved it.
That's why I have it on my TBR.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at this. Again, just the whole series chilling.
Like I said.
Take that off. I'm going to keep the one Jeannie Lynn just so I remember where I'm at in that series.
Yeah.
That's a classic I don't think I'll read.
Hey, I'm also supposed to be reading Return of the Thief, and I'm not.
I believe her to being
part, and then I read a novella, and then I'm halfway through another book.
The real milestone feels like we're down to 9 pages of books.
Wow.
That's a milestone.
That's really good. You've never
We were 10 plus when we started.
You were 13 plus when you started, I thought.
I know, I was. It would have been 14 or 15 pages.
We do still have a week.
Listen, Joanna Lindsay is one that I don't need them on my TBR. If I'm going to pick them up, I'm going to pick them up.
Right.
Is the way I look at it. I own a ton of Joanna Lindsay's, but I own them in the sake of like these are vintage romances that I want to own. Fingers crossed this.
And if the world ever comes to that, you can read them.
Exactly. Okay, 8:39. So it did take them. I was like, I hope those deleted before I refreshed.
Right.
I don't think I'll read that. That's been on there since 2019. I do want to read this. It's supposed to be really emotional, which is why I haven't read it yet.
Ew.
I know.
The
I know.
Amish Bride of Ice Mountain? Why is that even on
I
your
don't know.
TBR?
I don't know.
I cannot think
Again,
of anything further from what I associate with your reading taste.
I probably was going to do a video where I tried reading Amish books.
Probably.
And then I did not, which is not a surprise. Let's see. These are all going. I do want to read that. I was like, what is that? Never mind. I do want to read that. Did you read these at all? Did you try these?
You think I DNF'd it?
Apparently, at one point, this is another bestie rec. The house becomes sentient in like book 3 or 4 and joins them in the banging. So I'm curious. That is a on the radar future because it doesn't have a release date. This I need to read and it's staying. This is one of those books my mom read back in the day.
Okay.
It has a lenticular cover, so when you move it, he's like a ghost. And it is a ghost romance, so it has to stay on my TBR.
It looks like I deleted it without DNFing it, so
okay.
I didn't try it.
Anna Malone, I feel like if I want to pick her up, I will. She's somebody I think of, you know?
Right, exactly.
Another that should be on my radar future.
It's supposed to be out last year, but
I know, it's like April.
No, it got moved again.
Did it get moved again?
It's in July now, I think.
Rude.
I really want it. But
I do too. I'm not reading San Mariano anymore.
Oh, you should not read that.
Lady Marie, I'm going to leave both.
I would delete Worth It and read Cinnamon Golds.
Okay, that's fair. I'm going to leave Nika's book because I'm curious about it. It's not romance, so.
It's not romance. Although she said there's romance in the future of the series, but those books also aren't out yet, so there's that.
I know. Okay, gonna remove these. Yeah, it's one that'll live on my TBR until I read it one day because like mom, she was like, we couldn't find the book and she couldn't remember. And my aunt had like borrowed it and never returned it. And then somebody on Twitter back in the day was talking about it and I found it for her. So like I bought her a new copy, not a new, a new used copy with the cover. Yep. Okay, I will go ahead and remove that.
I think I took it off my TBR because of that.
Oops.
I know it's off my TBR, but I think that might.
Well, I try to like when I see like y'all DNF things for certain reasons, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I don't need that.
Right.
Are you who mentioned them in my comments? I think so. I cannot remember, but I put them on my list because of that. I was like, ooh, a fun urban fantasy. Sounds great. Okay. I was like, I feel like it was you, but then I was like, maybe I'm wrong. I love this. I love this. Okay, the Cupid book. Let's find that, and I'll pull it off the TBR. Okay. I don't remember what that is. I'm keeping that. It's a Megaverse. I heard this is terrible, so I'm going to take that off. That's coming off. That's coming off. Let's see. I don't remember this or this. This is the best part. I was thinking it had to be YA. That cover looks YA. The Golden Spoon. Don't know why that ended up here. Or Cowboys. I don't think I'm gonna pick that up. That's a maybe. I could maybe see myself picking that up. That's coming off. feel like there's a different Beck McMasters I would read. And I can't remember what one it is.
Yeah. It's Kiss of Steel. Have you read Kiss of Steel?
I don't know if I did, but I know I wanted to, so. Let's go find that and put it on the TBR. There we go.
Well, mistakes have been made.
No, I'm taking this off and replacing it with the correct one. Oh, Savvy Sheldon was bad. Okay, off the TBR it goes. I don't remember that. Don't know that. No clue. No clue. Well, that's the best part of this. I feel like sometimes I'm just like, oh yeah, these were books that were at a different time.
Right.
Big time. Like I was gonna read YA still. And I mean I do. It's just very, very, very rare. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm glad to remove it. Yeah, I know. She is knocked out on her little squishmallow bed. We should be well under 800.
My dog is at my door whining.
I mean, we started with Peas harassing Millie, being a little terror like she is. And then Millie finally made her way in here and was like, I will lay down and sleep. 766.
All right.
So we are getting there. Okay, I don't need 2 Jesse Malicks. I don't need that. I don't need every Cyclone book either. I don't need that. I don't think I'm going to keep reading Savmar Miller. This was a rec from Bestie. I don't think I'll read that. This is a Heather rec, The Blue Castle.
Have you read it? No.
Nope. It's going to stay, though. Catherine Moon.
Too.
I'm going to take this off. I'm going to leave this.
Yeah, pick one.
I'm going to leave these 2. Because they're different.
All right.
And this one. Okay, I have this one checked out right now. I'll take it off. It's fine. I won't forget it. Lola's Thing. I'm reading Lola this year. I need book 2. I don't need book 3. Okay. This is the other hard part. I want to read more of her books again because I've enjoyed them. I think I'm going to take this one off. Okay. I'm going to leave. I'm going to take them all off, but I will go back later and add a Sylvia Moreno Garcia that I want to read sooner.
Okay.
Okay. We're getting there. We're going to be through page 3 soon.
Look at us.
I'm reading Lola soon. I promise. It is happening. I want to read Lola when I'm actually like vlogging consistently. So it's like in a vlog because I think it'll be fun. But
I mean, you have to.
Yeah. 766, Heather.
Down to 744.
Okay. I will delete that one. Easily pressured. That's why you do this publicly, though, because like y'all tell me when something didn't work, and I can remove it and not feel any type of way about it. That's old, so that can come off. Okay, let's see. That can come off. I don't know why.
You're going to read The Princess and the Grilled Cheese Sandwich?
It's a cute graphic novel that I do want to read. So yes. I'm pulling manga off as I see it here also because I feel like I don't track manga there. You know, that's not like where I have my TBR. Okay, I'm going to leave book 2. I don't know why that's on my TBR. I'm going to keep that. This is this is what I mean. I've heard it's a really cute graphic novel, and sometimes I'm always like on the hunt for one, and I can never think of what to pick up. I'm going to keep telling because I'm very interested in it.
Okay. All right.
Did I read book 2 in this, or am I on book 2? I think I'm on book 3 in that, so that's correct. Okay, we're gonna see.
Beatings from Krampus.
Said some of these live on here because like I will go search like Krampus or whatever if I have a theme I want to do, or I have like a specific thing I want to read. And if it's already on my TBR, it's an easy way for you to find it. Did it clear? Scroll, scroll, scroll forever. No. Refresh. Goodreads is so slow. Is my enemy. All right, cool. We have even more to delete. I was like, maybe we'll be able to go to the next page. Nope, I take it back. Let's see. Also, I've enjoyed this author. She writes very silly and fun ones. If you want to read A Rivalry of Hearts, these can come off because again, same thing. I don't really track manga here. I'm just gonna keep Death of the Author 2017. So we'll take that off. All right, next round.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think I have book 2 of hers on this list, like on my want to read, because I loved Christmas Polar Bear. It was very fun. Okay, that's what I thought about that I'd heard, which is why I've kept it, because I thought it reads more middle grade-ish, which I'm here for. Come on. Both animals are now asleep in here. They're like, oh, okay. We're hanging. I can sleep. I think it's one I would do on audio also. We can take that off. I do want to read that. I don't think I'll read that. I don't know. I don't know about that. This one I keep hearing good things about, the Games Gods play, and I'm curious.
Okay.
But I don't know. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the ones that I hear is good from Red Tower. So like I'm intrigued.
If you believe it.
Yeah, they can't all be misses, right?
Oh, they definitely can. You not know anyone with terrible taste? They can be wrong every time. Easier than you would believe.
711.
Oh yeah.
So here we go. Let's see. No, I don't think I'll read that nonfiction.
If you get down to 500 on your TBR, I will be so proud of you.
We might.
It could be.
We're getting close.
We all have terrible taste on occasion. There are some people that
there's some people who have consistently terrible taste.
You know not to take their recommendations.
That's why I'm keeping it, because it's one that I would be willing to give a test run eventually. Let's try again. Let's see if it did it. It's gonna yell at me. Okay. Refresh. We're so close to page 4, y'all. Okay. I don't think I'll read that. I also don't think I'll read that. I do own that. That one sounds interesting. And I think this is like like it's a dating show, but the 2 girls end up dating. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'd be curious about that. That rating does not make me feel great. I try not to rely on Goodreads overall ratings.
Right.
But I do kind of use them sometimes to guide me on like, if something is a 2 or like a 3 on Goodreads, that's usually not a good sign. Right. 704. All right, we'll scroll down to the bottom. See if we can just delete 1 and move to the next page. That can go.
You are not going to read The Beauty of Darkness. I do not believe you.
Oh, I just took it off. 2 of those are gone.
That's gone? The one that we're looking at?
I just did it.
Okay. All right.
It should be gone. I did both, I think. Okay. Those can stay. We'll go to the next page. Oh my god. Okay. I did not mean to
Seems like a suspicious acceptance just to get to the next page, but whatever floats your boat.
I do want to read book 2 of this. I mean, I can take this off. I don't care. We'll take that one. That's fine. Jesus. God. I'm just trying to get us to the next page so we can do a mass delete again.
You are. And I support you. 2025 TBR list has 600 plus books on it.
And what?
What are you talking
everything you're gonna read? Okay. Usama reads a lot though. So I can see it happening. Okay, I'm gonna keep the thing, maker.
My question is not, are you going to read that much? My question is, are that many of the books you're going to read ones that are already on your TBR? Because I feel like those are different things. Now, that is different for different people, so it's entirely possible that is true for you. I know for me, the longer I look at something, the less likely I am to read it.
Okay. Would I like Daphne Perry? Do we know? Does anyone here?
It's like
I've waffled on it.
Small town romance. At least the Coppersmith farmhouse was, but
okay. I've waffled on this one.
A long time ago. You've had it on there since 2020, so
I'm gonna leave this one because 2024. Uh-oh. My mouse is freezing. There we go. Okay.
You can delete without really thinking about it, though. Just yes, no, maybe so.
Okay. Susan Elizabeth Phillips. I'm gonna leave book 2, take off book 10.
I mean,
I do like Susan Elizabeth Phillips. She writes very silly contemporaries that are.
Are you going to read them?
Yeah, potentially. 2024. 2024, Heather.
Yeah, that one.
All of them. 2024. 2021. I took them off. I took these off.
2019. Okay, sure.
I don't know why that's here. Somebody talked about it somewhere, probably in 2021. Santa's coming. Let's see.
Feel like I remember hearing about that, but
there too. That can go. I don't know that I'll ever read that. I enjoyed these. These are really cute. Let me scroll up so y'all can see. These are really cute YAs, but I don't know that I'll pick it up. Right. More YA. I delete that because that's book whatever. I do want to read this nonfiction.
It's not worth it, but
okay, never mind. I was hoping it was worth it.
I mean, I would say honestly that Christina C. Jones entry was by far the best you could.
Okay. I mean, that's why I wanted to read it. This should be on my radar.
Really do with it said. It was much more like representation matters rather than being about Black love specific romance. Mm-hmm. Some of the authors got the assignment and some, in my opinion, did not.
That's fair. Let's see. I only need that, and that only needs to be on my radar. This is what happens. I know is that I will mark things as want to read and try to move them on the shelf on the phone app, and the freaking phone app for Goodreads is the worst.
Jumping the shark.
You did not like Jumping the Shark, right? Yeah.
No.
I don't remember this. I'm not going to read that. I might read this. I'm going to leave it for now. I don't think I'd read that. Or that. Or that. Or that. Or that. I am going to read this. A lot of people wrecked it to me when I said I wanted a fun sci-fi.
Definitely read that one. I actually just requested the third book in the trilogy on NetGalley today. And
you both have
stuff that was on there.
You've also given up on Aurora Rose, right? Because you used to like it.
Yep.
Kate Pryor writes the orc in the Office one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read that. I don't think I'd read that either. Or that. Or that now. This was probably in a Goodreads like choice thing, and I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. I don't think those are going to get read. Let's see. Okay, I am not on that book for that series, so I can go. I'm not reading Lauren Roberts. I was looking at the cover and I was like, what book is this?
Are you not putting the Krampus ones on your Christmas specific?
I'll go back through and do it.
Sure you will.
It's fine. I need to, but it's fine.
It's what you're known for, is going through and editing your Goodreads.
You know what? Let me go back and find them. I actually, that part I do well though. Like I am pretty consistent about
as evidenced by the fact that they're all on this shelf and not Christmas. But sure, you're really, really good at it.
That was not good, so I'll take that off.
Isn't that, scroll up a sec, isn't the Venice one, that's Christmas too?
Yes, it is. You're right. There we go. Okay. I'll do it on our second scroll through. Let's see. There it is. I was like, where is, I don't know my alphabet very well. So, let's see. I am going to read that. I do have that to read. Let's see. Honey Girls from 2019. That book is that old. Okay. I don't need book 2 on here. Well, Krampus is not directly Christmas. It's Christmas adjacent, so it lives on that shelf. So that's just kind of where it goes. Because I'm not going to do like a shelf for every single little section. It could be. Let's see. Okay, we're going to delete that one too. We should be under 700. I read the Beyond series back in the day as well. They were definitely part of my early romance reading, and I really, really, really want to revisit the series. I know Heather DNF'd them when she tried them, but she can be wrong. It's some of her bad taste showing.
Right.
They're very silly. They're very of their time also, which like can be good and bad. You have to be in the mood for that, in my opinion.
Right.
No, Heather's wrong.
I don't know. As someone who grew up in purity culture, I was like, there's no way I'm going from purity culture to public voyeuristic blowjobs on the guy I'm not even interested in 2 hours. Like literally 2 hours. Like that. I don't know. That's just not how that works.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's refresh. $6:36. Look at us.
Moving right along.
We really are. Don't remember adding that. Or that. Okay, so I'm going to keep that. Get rid of that. I'll leave that. I need to read that soon before my Audible expires again. I am going to read that soon. I'm done with Riley Sager, so that's easy. Oh, I forgot about that series. Well, no wonder 2019. Blood Like Magic. I've not picked that up yet, so no. No. I do own that, so that's going to stay. And then this is the one I think I'm most interested in from Scalzi now, from what I've heard about it. I don't know why book 2 of this series is on here. I did not read book 1.
Get rid of it.
It's going.
And you were like, let me put every Cat Sebastian ever written on my TBR. Let's do it. At this point, did you even read any? What even is left?
I definitely have read Cat Sebastian. Yes. Like quite a bit. You did not love Raiders of the Lost Ark,
It's
correct?
so bad. I did not DNF
Oh, this has to stay
Masquerade.
on and go on in the Christmas. I have to read this Christmas. He does. Can I tell you about this Christmas book?
All right.
He does a handstand. Somehow they have sex during it, so I have to read it.
All right.
I know. It's ridiculous. I don't remember that. I'm gonna take that off, leave her upcoming. That should also be on my radar.
I did not actually DNF Masquerade. I ended up not reading it because I thought it was like a fantasy romance.
It's not a romance. I know
It's
that.
not a romance, it's not fantasy. The author went out of their way and was like, it's historical, it's an alternate history, it's not fantasy. Although I think Bethany said there's a slight magic in it, so there's that, but basically it just wasn't what I wanted.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. We're deleting a bunch. But yeah, I know it's not romance. Like it's one of those ones that like has piqued my interest enough that I was like, I'll put it on the romance. Like I'll put it on my TBR to like pick up when I don't want a romance. Which does happen.
It's also a bit dark, I think.
Yeah, I think so. 6:05.
Closer and closer.
Let's see. See? A bunch of naughty things. Okay. It did not delete some of these.
Are you actually going to read Archer's Voice if you haven't yet?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Who did I just see? Was it Ashley that... No, I don't think it was. Somebody just read that and was like... Oh, actually, I think it was Books and Lala.
I would not expect Books and Lala to like that book.
This is problematic.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay. I don't need book 2. I'm not reading Cerise Sinclair anymore. Let's see. Side Trinity 2 is the only one I need on here.
Oh my God, woman.
Listen. It happens.
Not to all of us, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I would never recommend Archer's Voice, even having never read it to Kayla. Like, that's not a book I feel like she would like.
Right.
I'm not expecting it to have fantastic representation either when I read it, necessarily, you know?
I could be wrong. I haven't read it, so who even knows? But I think based on the different things I've heard about, I'd say it was doing something when it came out, even though perhaps not as good.
I did not delete some of these.
But again, that is a lot more. Masquerade is by Sangoyami, I think, right?
Yeah. I was definitely guilty of this for a long time on my Goodreads, so like fair.
More reason to edit now.
Yeah. Listen, we're going. We are making good progress. I'm gonna leave that one because I feel like that's a nonfiction I will forget I would be interested in. I don't care about that. I just removed this from my Kindle, actually.
Oh, good work.
I'm gonna leave that one. That can go. Book 2 can go. I think I keep that one. I do want to read this one. Everyone I know loves this book, and this author's like vanished. She wrote one really good book and disappeared.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that one.
So like that's living there until I read it because I just am very intrigued by it. I think Get Rid of the Bone Charred Daughter. I don't know that I would like that or not.
You said if you reload the page while it's still batch,
I know,
it won't delete everything.
Double checking that I got everything. I think we did. I don't think much stuck. Like I think I caught everything that didn't delete. So I'm checking. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I had finished reloading. It had not. It's so slow. 571 though, so we'll see what we're at now.
I mean, we're already way better than you expected to be.
Oh, 100%. I knew if I made you do this with me, it would pressure me into making the choices.
And you were correct.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I knew if I go live and I talk about it, I will take things off my TBR. 541. Okay. That is the book I'm on for that. So yes. Yes. 2021 can go. I don't remember this or this. Do you want to keep that nonfiction? This will be nice too, because I feel like I will actually see the nonfictions I'm interested in versus not seeing them and then forgetting about them. Because I've done this too many times where I'm like, I want to read that nonfiction and then I forget about it. Those are where I'm at on those series. I think that's fair to leave. Have you read? Oh, she ran away. Okay. It's one I feel like if it calls to me, we'll come back through. I think we're gonna get under 500, which is a feat. Monstrillo stays. I actually talk about it briefly in the video you guys are getting on Sunday. I do want to keep that. That can come off. Because again, I'm not really keeping my manga TBR on Goodreads. Maybe I should, but for now I'm not. I don't think I'll like The Ritual. That's what I was thinking. It's middle grade, and that's probably why it's lived on my list. Star Daughter, I don't think I'll read. Or that. I'm not going to read the sequel. The Hate You Give was great, but I'm not going to read that sequel. Okay. Heather, we've made more progress.
As you should.
We are going to delete this. See what we're at. Did you read Rings of Fire with your kids? Or do your kids read it?
Graphic novels.
Okay.
They're based on the novel series, but there's much more of the novels out than the graphic novels.
I was debating trying. I know Ashley's read them and said they're good too.
Mm-hmm.
They're one. Like I find. I don't know. I just have found middle grade really enjoyable these days.
I know Bethany's kids have also really liked them, and Bethany said I think Bethany and Ashley both said that there's some dark things that happen, but kids love them.
It's middle grade, so it can't be. You know what I mean? It can be dark, but it shouldn't be so much that you're like.
Oh, that Jesse Q Sutanto.
Yes.
Up there. The one, yeah, that's terrible. You should leave that.
So I'll abandon that series and I'll keep reading Bear Along.
The first, I really liked the first book and
hated
the others. So
okay. I don't remember why that's on here. Let's see. I'm gonna leave both Chuck Tingles because they're not romance and they're not a series. That can go 2018. Again, book 1, book 3. I don't know. Who knows?
I have book 1 on my TBR right now because of
myself picking up those. Well, yeah, and that's the same thing. Like I have book 1 on my TBR. I don't know how I put book 3 on my TBR.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that exactly. Like manga, I feel like I kind of know what I'm reading. I have a different TBR list on my library tracker that I keep that like tracks everything I own physically. So I'm really excited for Camp Damascus. It's high on my like read this year list. So is Bury Your Gaze. Yeah, and then I might read the Pounded in the Butt by my own book, but series because it sounds bonkers.
Yeah.
Okay, refresh.
If I read what he writes, I would definitely be picking it up.
Well, and it's like I like very specific kinds of horror, so I feel like he would write to the kind of horror I like.
Right.
We're going. Don't need that on here. I'm going to leave that on here because I'm curious about it. 2017.
All right.
Book 3.
That's never coming out. So I mean, she
I
says it is, but do we believe her?
I know. I got that for free. I'm going to leave it for now because I'm going to do a try chapter with some of my freebies. Why I have, again, book 2 and 3. I bet I have book 4 if it was out when I put it on my TBR. Okay. Did it refresh? I'm going to refresh because I don't trust it. I love this. I've not actually read a Chuck Tingle. Like, I don't think I've read a Silly Chuck Tingle yet, and I should. I feel like I would enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
They feel a little classier in a weird way than some of the ones I've read. So there's that too. / more like in on the joke, maybe.
Yeah.
This can go on the Christmas TBR. Christmas TBR will get cleared.
I feel like they have been enjoyed by people like Bethany who wouldn't enjoy your other bonkers books that much.
Yes.
There's overlap there.
Agreed. Okay. We're under 500 officially.
Look at you.
I know.
I'm so proud. Maybe this will convince other people that
it does feel good to know that, like, if I go scroll this, I should find a book I want to read.
Right, exactly.
Okay. That's why book 2 is sat here for since 2020, and I'm not deleting it yet. But
yeah.
I will read Siren Queen, but first I need to read her novellas, these, I think. And then I will go back and journey through more of Nevo's books. I don't know. That ended up on here. Don't really read something. Douglas. That's what it. I was like, somebody wrecked this.
And I just read it, and it was really good.
Okay, so I'm keeping it.
It made me sob, though.
That's fair. I might not read it right now, but at some point.
It's not even like sad. It's just one of those where it's like, oh, they found people that love them, and you know.
I love that though.
Okay, and that will get me every time.
That's fair. That was me reading Lillian Lark's. I cried a little because of like them figuring out that they were all like in love with each other. It was a very emotional moment. Right. Again,
you should read A Tale of Two Cities Valentine's Day this week.
Yes. I'm opening in a new tab so I can go check it out. Is it on? It's on KU, right?
I honestly don't remember.
Yep. Okay, cool. Got it. I'm gonna get rid of all of these but book 1.
Good work.
I think I put them all on here because I wanted to read this one the most.
I would believe you.
And then I probably just clicked them all.
$9.90 on the TBR. Under 1,000.
That's a win. Okay. We're deleting more, y'all.
A win is a win.
484 right now until I refresh. I feel like I'm hitting the point where I'm not going to have a lot of like stuff to take off potentially. But we've had more than I expected. No, we still got more.
It's hard to tell because you did it by author, so it's not like these are your newest books, you know.
I know. That's the nice part is it's not that not the newest, so it kind of lets me reframe it differently.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Whereas if I go through it again in a little bit, I'll probably go from the oldest to the newest again and just kind of like go that way.
Right. And I do think that sorting it different ways can actually help you to delete things, because I know when I realize I have like 15 of one type of subgenre, I know I'm not gonna read all those.
It's like 3 more. 3 more gone. Let's refresh. We are. Did they go? You better post pictures in the Discord. I want to see it.
Oh. Those were good ones.
Okay, I'm going to leave that. I have this pre-ordered and coming, so I think I'm going to leave both of these because, like, I'm going to own them in the next week. So I think it makes sense to keep what I own on there.
And if you read book 2, you won't possibly know how to find book 3. So it's very important to keep it.
Okay. 2018, I have not read the sequel. That can go. 2016, I guess Codename Verity goes. Oh, get rid of that. Oh, Kate C. Wells. How do I decide? I think this one goes and these 3 stay.
You have more than that.
No, I don't. I mean, I own more than that. They're not all on here, I'm sure.
Oh, I see. Never mind. I mean, I would read all of them, so it's hard to say. I know. I did read all of them.
I'm gonna keep deleting some, and then we'll circle back through in a minute. There we go. I know that's the one I'm on. I'm not gonna read that. I don't even remember putting that on my TBR. Same thing. I put a whole series on. This is Christmas. That should be read because my friend read it to me in French to practice reading to the kids at the library. It was really funny. I was like, this counts. I read this. Let's see. I'm kind of just looking at years right now and like removing things. So
yeah.
Okay, so I need the first one.
Right.
That should be Christmas. Christmas will get cleared after this holiday season. Because maybe this year's Christmas vlog is just me reading all of the Christmas books I have marked.
Right. I never read enough to really keep a bunch from years past because I almost always end up reading ones that I just heard someone talk about that day, you know?
I was going to skip to it, but I feel like I need to read the whole series because everyone I know loves those books. Let's see. This is Don Me, I think, a sapphic one. I'm going to hold on to it for a second. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I loved Front Desk. I never went back, though. That can go. That can go. I unhauled that. This one, I think Ashley liked. And I added it to my TBR. That can go. I don't know if I would like this one or not. But I feel like up there, too, I would read Iron Widow.
For sure.
And, okay. We're going to delete.
I think you would probably like Iron Widow.
Probably. I feel like it's the one that I would like the most of the two.
Definitely.
I very well might do a Christmas-ish in July situation. I just am never in the mood. Yes, it is. That's what I've heard. I was not a Yu-Gi-Oh kid, so probably not for me. I'm really curious what number we hit now because we all have basically gone through it all.
Almost.
Look at us. 2 hours.
Do you have any more left?
No, this is the last page.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to refresh. And check. Yeah, that was the last page.
450.
426.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's what I'm talking about.
426, y'all. I did it. I will go back here and add things to the Christmas list.
Do I still consider that a ridiculous amount? Sure, but is it a whole lot better than the bonus 1,000 that you started with?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this one can come off also because it's manga.
You will never have as small of a TBR as I do, and that's
no. That's just not how I work, nor that I care enough to maintain. Let's be honest. And now my oldest book is 2016, but it's in K Jones, and that feels okay. There's that.
We did not go
so we went over 1,000 books.
Years, but
so that's a win.
It is.
Oh, that didn't delete, so that can go.
Yes, that's true. The sequel to Iron Widow has pegging.
Yes, I have heard this, so I may have to prioritize it at some point here.
1,000 books deleted.
Yeah. And I'll probably go through and double check for any like volume 1s and stuff. But 424.
Much
424. But yeah, I'll probably look for any volume ones, like anything that says it does volume, so I can get rid of those that are in my want to read. Because if I have them on my want to read, they should be living in my like comics TBR.
Oh, is that the scene that they're trying to edit? I haven't read the sequel yet, but like I follow the author and everything, so I see all the updates, and I have the sequel on my TBR, so I knew they were editing a scene, but I haven't read it yet, so I didn't really want to.
That's funny.
Pay too much attention.
That's really funny to me. I love that. But yeah, I mean, that feels so much more manageable. And at some point, I'll go through others on my list probably, but that'll just be me like scrolling.
Right. Yeah.
And moving stuff. Because like I do have a nonfiction TBR list that I need to clean out at some point probably. And then like move some of the nonfictions over. And vice versa.
Right.
Like off my want to read into the nonfiction TBR list. But again, I'm just like, this is not the space where I maintain book lists for myself, really. It's kind of my ADHD brain catch-all.
Right.
So like to Heather's horror, my brain says, you want to read it, throw it in there, and you'll get to it at some point.
Do you?
Depending.
Not necessarily, but perhaps.
No, but maybe.
Right.
So like, yeah, I've just checked out the Tale of Two Cities Valentine's Day edition 1. So that's done.
Good work.
Robin, you are the person who makes a list and reads the list though. And I could never. You could not set a list of books in front of me to read for the month and think I was going to have a good reading month. There's no way. No way.
I mean,
I admire your ability to do this, but I am not that person. This too. I always want to die with a TBR. I have no goal to read every single book I want to read before I die. That's a wild goal. So I am happy to not, to never have like thousands on my TBR, but I also don't need to have 100. 150.
Right.
I think also the context of the fact that generally speaking, I read 150 to 200 books a year and then 150 to 200 plus manga a year.
Yep.
My TBR, I don't ever want to feel like I'm running out either.
It's really just prioritizing for the reader you are now, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, exactly. And like making sure that it's not overwhelming, which is what my Goodreads has hit was like overwhelming status.
Right.
Versus helpful status, which like I said, I will probably go through that nonfiction list at some point and delete what I don't want to read and then move my nonfictions over there. Like do that whole thing where I like bump stuff around more.
Yeah. And that is exactly it. It's how does it make you feel? How do you feel about it? If you feel great, no one else has to feel great. But if you, struggle to find the books you want to read.
Well, and that's just not, I mean, I kind of just, I don't know how to explain how I pick up what I pick up because it just happens. I don't really think about it that hard.
Right.
Listen, if our 10,000 book list gave us life, I think we all would, I guess, let it make us eternal.
I mean, you can still send me that link to help you edit.
That's exactly. I like to have a list. I like to have an idea of like what I want to read this month. And then I just take the journey. I'm sorry, you're welcome. Check your TBR list. And you know what? You bought 2 more books. That's fine. That's fine.
What books could we have? Did we influence you to buy books? Or was it just simultaneous? Because I don't know what we could have influenced you to buy.
I don't know.
Not even trying.
Yeah, I don't know. But, I get it. I mean,
Yeah, a live link. I don't know. Whatever you want.
That's funny. But yeah, I like that's probably my next TBR I'll tackle sooner than later. Get rid of that nonfiction list that is also now old, some of them, which I feel like you got to read nonfiction when they come out ish within 5 years.
Yeah.
It's 2 times Kindle points a day. You're not wrong. I'm not buying anything though.
Look at you go.
We're not going to talk about my Kindle unread books. Heather would have a field day with the 400 and some I just have sitting on my Kindle right now, on top of the 1,000 I own. It would just make you cry probably. You'd be like, this is ridiculous. Total titles in my Kindle library is 3,658.
Right. So you could easily delete 3,000 of those, but okay.
I mean, listen.
100. Guys. Oh, it's too much. It's too much.
I love how they're like, and I'm just like, yeah, it is what it is. It's fine. Digital clutter like that doesn't bother me a ton, though. I will tell you that. For unread ebooks, I'm at 808. Yeah, 802 for unread ebooks.
Wow.
The problem is they merged my Comixology library, and that kind of created the 3,000 and something because I own a lot of comics.
That's annoying.
So, owned books is 2,190. So again, 802 are unread. So it's not terrible.
Sure. Not terrible. Exactly the words I would have used to describe it. Not terrible.
It's not. Good. What it could be? You should be proud of me.
When's the last time you deleted?
I actually deleted a bunch the other night.
Yeah, because you were saying you just deleted some.
And then I've been periodically just go through and clear 5 to 10.
Yeah.
20. It just depends.
Right.
But the problem is I'm tracking it with Read What You Own. So I have to kind of intentionally do it so I can write it down. Right. But we cleared one already on this live. So
indeed,
that's a win. And then I'll probably scroll through it here today in a minute. And any that I have that were on this TBR and aren't there, they'll get removed.
Okay, party people, I'm begging you. Just because you got it for free a while ago doesn't mean you have to keep it. You really, really, really do not. Not to mention, if you have Kindle Unlimited, a lot of the freebies are in KU as well. But, 10,000 on Kindle. Beth, what are we talking about?
That's fair. I do struggle with balancing reading what I own versus my KU books. But I have KU for 2 years and it's not happening. I also am going to go through. Oh, wait. What was the Julia Anderson one that I need to not read? Are all of those not good?
No.
Did you only read the one?
No, I've read a bunch. You want to start with For Her Protection, the one that you left on your
Okay. Because I have Haven, Soulbonded, and Hellbound.
They're all on Kindle Unlimited, and I didn't like that series. I DNF'd it.
Well, we're going to go ahead and remove those. I got them for free.
Mm-hmm. Also, going through and deleting stuff, it's such an easy thing to do while watching TV or something. Like, it really is a great little
It is. And that's why I
hack.
said I do that. Like, I am like routinely going through and like deleting stuff.
Yeah.
Haven, Soul Bonded, Hellbound. So like, you know, I do routinely just like kind of go through and clear out things.
Yes,
Yeah,
well,
like
not all of your viewers do, apparently.
I know. I'm just saying I do. I do try to do that. I have actually some of my freebies, I think, where I'm going to try a chapter and see if I even want to read them, and then like a bunch of those are gonna get deleted. So
Yeah. I need to film a try chapter.
same.
I really, really do.
So like those, the only reason I'm keeping those still right now is I'm thinking to do a try chapter in the next month where I just try a bunch of them that I got that are the oldest probably, and then in 2 months do it again.
I also kind of like it's not try chapter, but what Mara has been doing, basically reading till you get bored.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're DNFing 2
Yeah.
pages in, or if you finish the book and love it, it doesn't matter. But especially because that type of project, I think, gives some people that permission to DNF, where on another video project, maybe they wouldn't.
Yeah, this is true. I agree. I love getting rid of digital clutter, but digital clutter doesn't necessarily bother me specifically. Like I have an app, I go through my photos all the time and delete stuff. Like I'm very good about all of that. Like my emails, I don't have like notifications or any of that. It's just my Goodreads I don't do it with. Read What You Own is helping me a ton
Yep.
also. But yeah, deleting the free Kindle day books that you don't want to read or trying a chapter is good to do.
Mhm.
Okay, fair, Beth. That's understandable. That too. I need to go through and delete all the anthologies. I don't read anthologies. I
Mm-mm.
read one story and I'm done
Mhm.
every
Me
time,
too.
which is not a complaint, but it is just the reality of it.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, all right. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us. I think you're gonna all give Heather aneurysm if we stay too long because you were stressing her out. All of your unread books.
I mean, you are a little bit. I definitely feel some tension, but it's fine. And this was very successful. So
This was very successful. I appreciate y'all coming to hang and bully me / reaffirm me in what I did delete or kept. I don't like some of these are just things like N.K. Jemisin's. I love her. I love her books. They're just so dense that I don't pick them up as regularly as I should.
Right. Right.
But they're not leaving my TBR.
Right. I mean, I'm even more extreme than you are with that. There are so many books that I absolutely believe I'd give them 5 stars if I read them. But emotionally, I don't want
You
to.
want to DNF over 100 books this year? I love this for you. That's exciting. You can do it. I believe in you.
You can.
I should just make Heather sit with me on a live during a Stuff Your Kindle day in which I just click and buy things. And she's just like, by the end of it.
I have never gotten a single book from Stuff Your Kindle days.
Well, aren't you just better than all of us?
I don't even participate at all.
That's fair.
At all.
I mean, this is why I like your video where you're like, you don't need to buy this. And like some people take it wrong, which also cracks me up. Because you're just like, no, you literally can't afford to buy every single one of these fantastic looking new releases. So like use your library, prioritize this, that, the other. And people are like, how dare you?
Like, well, you know what always cracks me up? And I do get it. And to each their own. You as an individual are the one who decides what you do. But so many people feel like supporting authors or supporting the publishing industry is like a permission to buy books, which, like, again, fine, whatever works for you and your little mental brain. But, are you buying books that you can afford and that you want to read and that you will read? And you know what? If you are in debt up to your eyeballs on books alone, still not my problem. I like
Exactly.
I'm not here to do an audit on you. But you're just, I mean, the chances of loving every 2025 release, it's
Slim.
non-existent.
Listen, here's the example you need to look at currently happening, which is the deep end discourse. Because people didn't read page 4 that told us there was power dynamic play in this.
I mean,
And like kink in the
I
book.
wonder if they like don't even understand what that means.
Probably. Probably.
Maybe, but
I love this for you. I love using my libraries. It's the best. I'm glad it was productive. Also, we can work together this year on this goal of like trying a series and DNFing it midway through if we're not liking it. We don't have to finish. We can do this. I believe in us.
or even honestly, even if you really liked it, but it's been multiple years and or you just have never felt like picking it up, like the next book. It's okay to assume you're not going to.
Robin, I'm an Ally fan and I loved that book. And you know what? I'm living for the discourse right now. Very much so. So it's been a good time. Yeah.
I mean, we're not
I love an aggressive DNF. All right. I will link Heather down below. So y'all make sure you go follow her and harass her in the comments. Tell her every time you get a book in the comments in the coming week after you watch this video.
I mean,
she's gonna text me and be like, I hate you so much right now. I'm like, you're welcome.
Sure.
Just make her on her next episode to tell her how many books you bought since this live. It's fine. I feel like she's gonna go check my Goodreads in a week, and if it's back up over 500, she's gonna be like, "What did you do?"
No, for real though. Why would it be?
I think it will be, but
why would we have done that?
I would kill for every year to write a super explicit book. Oh, that would make my day. Anyways, okay. End the stream. We will see y'all soon. Bye.